The Love Talk Show on Liberty Radio.
We gave you 10 reasons why you should join the love therapy. But let's go to what you're here for. The truth is you're here to listen the experience of these young men, these ladies here. So let's go. Francis, you said you are about 10 years in the church, right? Did you have any experience like mistakes from the past in your related to your love life? Did you how would you see the love life before you come to the church?
I was basically just a boy who growing up in London doesn't actually understand much about love life, because what it is, the things we're exposed to is quite negative. So in my mindset already, the goal was to just get a girlfriend, do what you have to do, and then if it works, it works. If it doesn't, then move on another girlfriend. So just experimenting. So that's sort of the thing that was motivating us. That was encouraging us, my friends from school, people that you would say, okay, they can help you, but they're saying, okay, you have to experiment more. You have to go out there, put yourself out there, make yourself available. So in the sense of that, if you do that more, I'm glad I didn't do it. But if I do that more, I could have done a lot of mistakes.
How about you? Did you have any experience in the past? How was your love life? How would you think about your love life before you come to the church? Before you come to the church.
So I didn't have much experience in regards to love life, but I always look to my parents because they've been married for over 20 years now. And looking at their example has made me really appreciate what a marriage is, because one thing I learned from them is communication and trust, and this is something that I really cherish from them.
How about you, Janine? Tell me.
So I'll go in a bit more in depth than last week. So I grew up, my parents were a bit not a very good example. So there's even a point where they weren't together, but it was just my mum. But then in general, from what I learned, wasn't good. It was, if you need to communicate, you shout. If you don't get your way, you shout. There's no way of us sitting down and having a proper conversation. Everything just goes from 0 to 100 quickly. You just get out what you need to say and don't care about what the person's feelings.
Just pour it out
Take it all out.
Oh, you must listen everything I'm saying. And if it's not the way, but the hoods do that. More your father, more your mother, both of them. Both of them, they were just it is my way and that's it. And I believe this taught you many things. You saw it, and perhaps you thought that this would be the way of a relationship.
And I wouldn't, because of that as well, I never got into a relationship. I would talk to people, but never. I knew I would never get into a relationship. And I was quite tomboyish, so I was quite boyish. So I would just talk, just to remind myself that I can still talk to boys if I wanted to, but I didn't want to. I had no intention of getting to know anyone, of getting into a relationship, even taking anything, not even a tiny bit far. Talking was it, and then that was it.
How about you, my friend? What's your name again?
Sinead.
Sinead. Sinead?
Sinead.
Sinead.
Yes, Pastor.
Did I get it right?
Yeah, Sinead.
I don't like to make a mistake here.
Fine. You got it right.
Sinead, yeah.
So similar to you, Pastor, I was raised in a single parent home with my mom. I don't remember a point in time where my dad was even in the home. They was together at the beginning, but I don't remember. I was very young. For me, I didn't really have much experience in my love life because I was scared because of what I saw within my family. So in my mind, it was I didn't want to date because I saw infidelity. My dad left. So it was just what's the point of getting a relationship to get myself hurt? It was just I might as well be by myself. At least I can be happy then, rather than get in a relationship and see kind of destruction.
So, 4 different backgrounds here. However, when you came, all of you came to the love therapy, to the love therapy. One day I was talking to Pastor James here. The real meaning of the therapy. What does it mean, therapy? Therapy is to practice something until it gets better and better and better, right? Physiotherapy is when you hurt your body, you need to take care of it. You keep doing the same moves and to strengthen the muscles, so then you can do the moves again, right? This is physiotherapy. Yeah, physiotherapy. A person who is with the problems in their mind, they go to the psychologist, the psychiatrist, and they look for a therapy, right? So the love therapy is to heal the wounds of the past, to prepare yourself for you to be in a relationship. Pastor, perhaps you're listening to us right now and you say, Pastor, I don't want to be in a relationship now. Like Janine just said, or Sinead just said, I don't want to be in a relationship. Because the things that I have seen in the past, you say, Pastor, I am not ready for a relationship. So you should come to prepare yourself. What you have learned in the love therapy, and what after this knowledge you receive from God, what you're looking for in a man of God.
From coming to the love therapy, I can say that my mindset completely changed, because to be honest with you, I was very much against coming to the love therapy.
Why was it? Why people, they have this blockage? I will not go. I can join the VYG, I can go to the evangelism, I can save souls, but I can go to the financial seminar, but the love therapy, I will not go. Why you would have this thought?
I just thought that it'd make me look a bit desperate, and also I thought, to be very honest about it, and for myself, I also thought that I had this idea that if I'm focusing on my spiritual life, why would I come to love therapy? That's just adding something on top when my focus needs to be in one direction. But one thing I began to understand through coming to the love therapy is that my love life is connected to my spiritual life. Because if, for example, my love life is not well, my spiritual life, it can affect my spiritual life as well. So my mindset through coming to love therapy, even like the teachings that we was hearing, I wasn't just applying it to my love life, even to my family, like to certain skills that I was taking for myself. So it wasn't just focused on the love life. And there's things that you learn, for example, that you can, even for those who are not dating or talking to someone, they can even apply in their homes right now with those they live with.
But why you didn't want to come?
I mainly just didn't want to come because I genuinely thought, Pastor, that I thought it wasn't for me, and I genuinely thought that if I'm focused on my spiritual, because at the time I didn't have the Holy Spirit, so I was coming, and in my mind I was like, how can I focus on receiving the Holy Spirit and my love life at the same time? It was like just focus on one thing, but then I began to understand they are very much connected, so I have to take care of that area as well.
So what are you looking for in a man of God? Now you came, you removed this thought, this fear, this... You stop thinking that was cringy to come to the love therapy. You stop being afraid. What are you looking, now that you have learned many things, what are you looking in a man of God?
So of course, someone who is serious with God. Someone who has zeal and care for the work of God, doesn't just hand it in any way. Someone who can communicate well, a man of his word, like someone who sticks to their word.
But communicate well. This is a thing. He needs to be a commenter of football commenter that he knows how to. A journalist. What do you mean? What communicate well?
When I mean by communicate well, like able to express his feelings in a certain way. When, for example, we may not always see, because you're going to see things from different perspectives. Men and women are different, so being able to discuss how he's seeing things, his perspective, so that we can talk about things.
Okay, that's nice.
Yeah, I would also say, as I said, someone who knows, a man of his word, someone who knows what they want as well, someone who's not like confused, they know what they want, they're like a go-getter, they go after their goals, what they want to achieve, and yeah.
Okay, Francis, what are you looking for in a woman of God nowadays?
Someone who actually would get along. So a woman of God, someone who actually respects you. Someone, of course, there's some things that you really get along, there's frictions.
What was those things you're looking for?
So sometimes you get frictions, but someone who can actually understand that, okay, the situation is intense, so how can we resolve it? How can we actually see how we can resolve it? So someone who we can speak to.
Plus, I want to hear
Janine, let's go there. Janine, right?
Yeah.
So let's go, Janine. Say it.
Okay, personality-wise.
Personality,
okay,
because that's a woman of God. We are all looking for a man of God, right?
Of course, a man of God.
Yeah. So then we already passed on this point.
But someone that's organized. I don't know. I think it's just
organized. Yeah. Okay. Organized.
Someone that's messy. No, it's not like. It's,
It's okay, you're allowed to have your preference.
Yeah, it's like,
yeah.
Let's be a bit organised. Someone that's organised, funny. But someone that's not, they have a good balance between talking and listening.
Okay.
Yeah, please.
All right.
Yes, please. I prefer someone that actually likes sports.
Someone who likes
Yeah, not
any
lazy.
particular reason.
Yeah, I don't know, because like, it's fun. Sports, I think it's fun.
And you, my friend, you're thinking that you have the most time to think about what you're going to answer. Now it's your turn to shine.
Someone who always, like, how can I put this? You never stand still. Like, you're always ready to go. Like, obviously there's times where you're tired and things like that, but you're always like motivated to always do something and never stopping. Because, you know, the way I see things is like, things don't stop. Time doesn't stop. So why should we stop? So, and it's just about like, keep on going. There's someone who always wants something. And you're driven, like you always have something in mind to chase after. You're not like idle, or I want this one day, or I want something else. No, you know what you want. So that's the type of personality I look for in a woman of God. And also, as Janine said, someone who is like into sports, because I play sports myself. I like sports.
Okay. So we are going to have the opportunity. From time to time, we are going to be here talking to you again. You might have the opportunity to come back here to the Love Talk Show.
The Love Talk Show on Liberty Radio.